that by the end of this meeting, a lot of people are going to leave here energized. A lot of people are going to leave here empowered. A lot of people are going to leave this meeting strengthened to go and take what belongs to them. And I'm going to go straight right to the topic of this training. And I call it unlocking the secrets to success. Unlocking the secrets to success. And I dare to say this, the reason a lot of people are not successful is because they don't have the keys. The keys. If you don't have the password to my computer, you can't get into my computer. If you don't have the key to my car, you can't get into my car. If you do not have the key to any house, you can't get into the house. So instead of cracking your head trying to just go get the key. The key is what makes it easy for people. And I'm going to be sharing with you one secret to success. Just get your notes ready and get set for the training of today. I'm going to be sharing my screen. It's not the time I train with PowerPoint. If I'm training with PowerPoint today, then it's serious. Unlocking the secret to success. First of all, I'm going to explain or underscore the importance of mentorship, because I won't be where I am today without mentorship. Most of us wrestle through life trying to figure out life. My mentor said, his father told him, he said, I spent 40 years of my life trying to figure out what life was all about. And after 40 years, when I finally figured out what life was all about, I discovered that I didn't have any more life to live. One of the saddest statements I've heard. So a lot of people spend their life trying to figure out what life was all about. Life is not an experiment. Life has no duplicate. Any hour gone is gone forever. Any year gone is gone forever. So instead of spending several years trying to figure out what life is all about, why not go to somebody that has somewhat figured it out? So the person can take you by the hand and lead you. It shortens your learning curve. And that's what mentorship is all about. And that's what this training is all about. I want to shorten somebody's learning curve today, because it took me time to get what I'm about to share with you, but the person is going to get it today. So I'm going around to figure it out. Now, unlocking the secret to success. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that my mentor told me earlier on that he said, Michael, these are the life lessons I learned. The following life lessons are the life lessons I learned. He said, Michael, life is run by principles and not by luck. Life is run by principles and not by luck. He said, people that are waiting on luck, they get old, still waiting on luck. The universe is run by principles and not by luck. What's going to be is going to be. It's not what runs this world. God created the world and He put certain things in place. The night does not come by luck. The day does not come by luck. Rainy season does not come by luck. Dry season does not come by luck. He said the laws that govern life affect everybody. The laws that govern life affect everybody. The laws that govern life affect everybody. What it means is what is obtainable in America is obtainable in Ghana. If a 2-year-old child adds 2 plus 2, he will get 4. If the president of America adds 2 plus 2, he will get 4. If a 5-year-old girl throws up this matter, throws it up, it will come down. If the president of Russia, Putin, throws up this matter, it will come down. See, the laws that govern life affect everybody, not just a few. When it is night in Nigeria, it's night in everybody's house. When it is morning, it is morning. When it is raining everywhere. Life is governed by laws and principles. And the moment you understand what I'm saying, you just became successful. Because what you're asking yourself is, what I'm looking for? What are the things that are governing it? There are no secrets to success. There are systems to success. There are no secrets. And I'm saying this because these are the things that began to reshape my life, reshape my mind. I began to see the world from a different spectacle. There are no secrets to success. There are systems to success. There are principles to success. There are laws to success. Life is run by systems. Life is run by systems. Life is run by systems. God created the world and put this system, the earth rotates on its eyes. Life is run by systems. The world is run by systems. Now, I'm saying this because if you learn this, you're gonna begin to think differently. Prayer is not in the success equation. We're one of the most religious countries in the world. Prayer is not in the success equation. Success has an equation. Success has a principle. Life has a principle. If you want to win in any area of your life, find out what are the systems, what are the laws, what are the principles governing that particular area, and begin to apply it. Simple and short. He told me this. He said, Michael, the people that are waiting for luck to happen to them, they think that he said there are two kinds of people. There are two kinds of people in this world. The first type of people are the people that are making things happen. The people that are making things happen. The second kind of people are the people that things are happening to. Simple. Somebody is making things happen. Some set of people are making things happen. The other set of people, things are happening to them. They are not in charge. If you want to move from the people that things are happening to the people that are making things happen, you need to understand the system, the laws and the principles that govern it. We used to say this when I was with my friend. We said, it was more like they say, oh boy, things are happening to me. I know that things are happening to me. But what I don't know is what is happening to me. Things are happening to me. I know. What I don't know is what is happening to me. Most people are just on the receiving end of life. Things just happen. You just wake up one morning. You are not in charge of your life. You're tuning on news. You're tuning on NTA. Tuning on government. Hey, what will they say today? Will APC win? Who will win? You're just waiting. You're not in charge. And I used to be like that. When growing up, when my parents relocated, my mom got a teaching job. And every time they are saying, okay, wow, she has to get a job in the ministry, because the teaching job was also, they gave us the impression that once she gets a job in a parastatal or a ministry, life is going to become so great. So we're just every day we pray. In any morning prayer, we pray, oh God, please give my mom a job in the ministry. My dad was already working in the ministry. Give my mom a job in the ministry. This teacher, this teaching job is paying mega. Give my mom, but we kept on praying. So one day, and I told my dad, and I asked my dad, I said, this prayer, is it like God is dead? He's not answering this prayer. My dad now told me that there's an embargo. The federal government placed an embargo on civil servant recruitment. This was very many years ago. I was like, what's an embargo? He said, it means that they cannot employ, because we just located to Abuja. They cannot employ people. So you have to wait till they lift the embargo. So my prayer changed to, God, please let the government leave the embargo. God, please let the government leave the embargo so my mom can get a better job, and the mom can assist my dad so we can have a better life. Until one day, I was, and that's why I don't listen to news, because it's most of the things that affected you while you're growing up, affected that. Now, until one day, I was listening to NTN News, and they said the federal government has lifted the embargo. I was like, yay! The federal government has lifted the embargo. My mom used to have all these kind of people she used to bank on. I know this person, I know this person, I know this person. Lots of people, those people that were promising, and at last they lifted the embargo. I get the job now. They say they lifted it, but they've not lifted it. I don't understand. But how did the news that they've lifted the embargo? They say, yeah, somehow they've lifted it, but they have not lifted it. They lifted it, they've not lifted it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. I said, so should I pray for God for them to lift the embargo? Or it was just crazy. An example of people waiting for life to happen to them and not taking charge of their life. She ended in that teaching system. They didn't give her any job in any ministry or parastatal. It was there that she was until they retired, until she resigned or they retired, or I think they forcefully retired. I can't remember, but something like that. She never got that job in that parastatal ministry, all those kind of things. And that's life. She was waiting. She was not taking charge because she just has to wait. When government says something, then how long do we have to wait? How many of you listening to me? How long do we have to wait for somebody else to determine your future? How long do you have to wait? Tomorrow, you're going to pay your rent, depending on someone. How long? And I want to change that mentality. Now, a lot of us pray. I kept on praying. Now, prayer is good. Don't even one of the cardinal cultures, each one of them is commit. But the first cardinal culture is commit your business to God. But I was praying and praying for the embargo to be lifted. The embargo was not lifted. I was praying and praying for her to get a little. She was not. I mean, prayer of a little kid. What wrong could I have done? But I discovered when I grew up that prayer is not in the success equation. I'm going to play this video. I want you to listen to this video.
The Zambian government, Bishop, sold the copper mines in northern Zambia to an outside consortium for $25 million. The copper mines for $25 million because they couldn't manage to keep them. The company that came in and took over the Zambian copper mines in 3 months made a profit of $75 million. They did not pay the Zambian government upfront in cash for the mines. They were going to pay them over a period of time. Here we have this company that has an understanding of how things work, raised the money at the government's expense, took money that the company the government should have been making, and gave it back to the government and said, we paid our debt in full, and give them now 0.006% of the proceeds of copper mining. When right outside the door, there's people in poverty, people not eating, people ignorant, people dying, high levels of AIDS. And what's the deal? Churches are full. People are praising God. Africans pray all night. Prayer is not in the success equation. Prayer is in the revelation equation. Decision making is in the success equation. You have to make a decision and be sound. We have to be disciplined and make sure we go and get what God has called us to get. You can be full of the Holy Ghost, but you can still be ignorant. But as for me and my house, I will get understanding. I will get understanding. I will get understanding. It's time now for us to rise up and be counted. This year, the country of Ghana turns 50. Ghana was born the same year we were born, in 1957. Ghana and South Korea had their independence dates on the same day, the same year. But look where South Korea is. South Korea is by nature not a Christian nation. South Korea by nature are Buddhists. China, which is the next large world economy, they have stated that in the next 10 years, 20% of the Chinese people will be multimillionaires. That means almost 450 million Chinese will be millionaires. They are not Christians, they are Buddhists. The Japanese are Shintoists. Those in Indonesia and Malaysia are Muslims. It's not about praising God and hallelujah and a great thank you, Jesus. It's about possessing an understanding as to how things work.
It's about possessing and understanding as to how things work. It's about possessing and understanding as to how things work. It's not by prayer. How come those prayer warriors are the most wretched? And I'm going to say something that might be deep. And then let me leave that one for another day. But you need to understand the principles that govern what you want out of life. Now we're talking about wealth, success. What are the principles of success? Like I said, 2 plus 2 is 4 everywhere. All right. What are the principles of success? Because if you don't, it's like decision making. You need to have an understanding of how things work. That having the understanding is what puts you at the level of people that are making things to happen, not people that things are happening to. Having an understanding as to how things work are the people is what puts you in the position of where you make things happen and not things happen to you. Now let's go into let us understand how is money created, how is wealth created. The first thing we're going to look at is this. We call it the cash flow quadrant. How is anybody that is making money? You're making money in either of these quadrants, except to a student that your father and your mother is dashing money. When you start making money, you're making money. Now, I want us to dig a little bit. Let's understand how this happens, so you can understand how to take charge, because the whole idea is taking charge. Now, on the top of the left quadrant, we have the E. Now, the E is for employee. That means the people that have a job. You're an employee. You have a job. At the end of the month, you get paid salary. You work for money. If you're listening to me and you have a job, you're in the E quadrant. I tell people I'm the entrepreneur mentor, I'm not the employee mentor. That's why as much as possible, I don't like people being on my payroll, because I am the entrepreneur mentor, not the employee mentor. I can guarantee you, I don't think right now, I'm not sure I have anybody on my payroll. I'm not sure right now. I'm not maybe 1 or 2 people or so, because I am the entrepreneur, I'm not the employee mentor. When you're an employee, what happens is that you work for money. I worked in the bank for years, so I understand what it means to be here. You work for money. This is the worst place to be in the quadrant. It's the worst place, because what you're doing is you're exchanging your time and effort for an income. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. Wow. You see, working in the bank, I had to wake up every morning and knot a tie. Apart from Fridays, Mondays to Thursdays, you must knot that tie. Every morning, I must knot that tie. I must wake up and I must go to work. Wow. Today, I'm chilling, wearing a t-shirt and an Armani cap, chilling, and I'm at work. When you work for somebody, you don't determine how you dress. You don't determine when you resume. You don't determine when you close. Guess what? If you're an employee, that's the worst place to be. It's a good place to start. I'm glad I started by working in the bank. It's a good place to start. I mean, it was great I started working in the bank, but that's the worst place to be after a while. Do you know why? The reason is because if you don't work, you don't earn. The reason is because you are not in charge. When working in the bank, you can wake up today and they tell you we don't need the services. In fact, you don't need to do anything. They just woke up in the morning and just say, they call it tsunami. For those bankers understand, it's called tsunami. Tsunami does not take your permission. Bam, it just happens. You try to log onto your system. I was blessed enough not to be affected though, but most of my friends were affected. You wake up in the morning, you just log into your system. Nobody won't talk to you. You just log into your system. They say wrong password. Why did I forget my password? You're logging again. They say wrong password. You cannot log in. Contact the administrator. Hey, I know my password now. This is the password I've been using. You type it again. They say contact the administrator. You call the administrator. They say sorry. Contact your manager. Everybody is pushing around. You have been ejected from the system. You have been asked to. You've been free from the system. No explanation. They'll come and start telling you it's not the end of the world. Go out there. I mean, how can somebody come to work in the morning, has planned on how to feed his family, and you're telling him that it's not the end of the world? He should go. I'll throw you in the woods. That is the worst place to be. If you're listening to me and you're an employee of any sort, just know that you're the receiving end. Number 2 about employees, it depends on you. If you don't go to work today, if anything happens, I cannot go to work. Your source of livelihood is threatened. If you're an employee, you're actually living on a landmine that can blow at any time. Because when your boss says, sorry, you're not working for me again, it's blown. When your boss says, hey, you can't work for me anymore, that's it. It's gone. You're blown. So you wake up every morning praying for your boss. I'm trying to make him happy because, come on. Now, the second part is called the S quadrant. I need you to understand this. And so when you have an understanding, you can know what it is. S quadrant, you work for yourself. But this one is even more stressful because you take a 6-week holiday and your business keeps on going without you. You can't take a 6-week holiday and your business keeps on going without you. Now, in the E quadrant, you have you can take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month leave in Nigeria, a year. This 1 month, even though most people don't do it, but at least you're entitled to a month leave in a year. But in the S quadrant, you can't go nowhere. You must be there morning to evening. The moment you leave is the problem. Now, in the S quadrant, it's called small businesses. You have a small business. You're self-employed. You're a medical doctor that has a clinic. You're a lawyer that has a chamber. You're a chiropractic that, or you have a small business, have a little bit amount of people working for you. But the problem in this one is that you're the main person. If you're a doctor, you have a clinic, you might have other doctors and nurses maybe, but if people come and you're not there, that's it. You're the main person running it. This is not a place to be either. But somehow, it's better than the E quadrant. Although some people prefer the E quadrant to this S quadrant because the headache with this S quadrant is crazy. If you have 5 staffs, you're thinking of how to pay them at the end of the month. It's crazy. Whether they generated money or not, you have to pay them because they're in the E quadrant working for you. You're the organ. You have a small shop. You have to pay them because they're not bearing the headache that you're bearing. Then the B quadrant is the big business. Now, in the B quadrant, you have people working with you or working for you. Now, on the right side is where it begins to make sense. Because on the left side, if you're an employee, you must exchange your hours for money. On the self-employed, you must exchange your time for money, must. But on the B side, if you have a big business, you don't necessarily have to exchange your time for money. You're leveraging. That's where leverage comes in. Let me bring it home. On the E side, everybody has 24 hours. So let's assume you get paid 1,000 naira per hour. In developed countries, they pay hourly. Let's assume you get paid 1,000 naira per hour. In the E quadrant, if you work for 10 hours, you get paid 10,000 naira. Now, in the B quadrant, what happens in the B quadrant is you have a lot of people exchanging their hours for money. I'm going to explain it very shortly. But let me go to the I quadrant. The I quadrant is where you have your money working for you. Let me tell you the problem people have with the I quadrant. The problem people have with the I quadrant is somebody has 200,000 naira and he wants his 200,000 naira to work for him or her. Do you know what happens? He loses that money. It's like you give birth to a child. The child is 4 years old. You want that child to go and work for you. But you kill the child. Before a child can work for you, the child must have grown. Before your money, the I quadrant is where your money was. Before your money can work for you, it's not 200,000, it's not 500,000 that's working for you, it's not 1 million. Before your money can work for you, it's plenty money. People lose money because they take small money and they want the money to work for them. You're in the E quadrant, you're earning 100K, 150K. The best I will advise you to do is just to save that money. Don't go from the E quadrant to the I quadrant. The I quadrant is where your money works for you. You're earning 150,000 naira. You're saving 50,000 naira. You want that 50,000 naira to go and work for you. You're going to end up losing that money. Trust me. Because that money is too young, too small to work for you. So people move from the E quadrant to the I quadrant, and that's when they lose money. I've lost money. You have no business. You have no business entering to the I quadrant when you have little money. The best you can do is to save the money. Money that is not heavy cannot work for you. If you put it there, it will enter into the shark and it will just go. The ocean, the shark will eat it. So let's go back to this. The E quadrant is where you're exchanging your time for money. If you don't work, you don't eat. The S quadrant, you're also exchanging your time. You cannot leave your shop. If you leave your shop, by the time you come back, it has turned right side up. So you have to be in your shop. You have to be there. In the S quadrant, you have competition. If you leave your shop, by the time you come out, people are taking your customers. So you always have to be there. Even though you have people working with you, small people working with you, but you always have to be there to supervise. If you don't supervise, nothing's happening. The B quadrant, you don't have to be there. The I quadrant is the money working for you. You don't have I quadrant is the sweetest factory. That is where a lot of odds are playing right now. Your money just working for you. But your money has to be plenty for it to work for you. We're having an understanding of how things work. So I can share the secret. Now, the secret for becoming successful is what I'm going to share it with you now. The secret is this. Successful people know that they all have the same 24 hours that every other person have. Bill Gates has 24 hours like I do. Bill Gates doesn't have 25 hours. What Bill Gates does is to multiply his time by using what I call leverage. Leverage is it. Using other people's time, that is leverage. Using other people's time, that is leverage. Other people's time, money, and effort, that is leverage. As an employee, you work for 10 hours a day, that's all. They pay you 10,000 naira. But is it possible that I can get a lot of people putting 10 hours a day? That's what happened in the bank. I'm going to give an example of, I'm going to give you an example of leverage. But let me explain something to you. Leverage, the secret to financial freedom is leverage. Leverage is earning 1% of 100 people as against 100% of yourself. Leverage is earning little from a whole lot of people. That's leverage. Now, I'm going to talk about leverage. We have leverage in the oil and gas. You have leverage in the telecommunication. We have leverage in the real estate. We have leverage in the banking. We have leverage in entertainment. I'm going to explain that. In the oil and gas, someone that has a filling station, 12 filling stations, 20 filling stations all over Nigeria. Each of those filling stations, there are people manning them. Each of those filling stations, there are people manning them. So what happens? He's making money off the effort of those people manning them. In telecommunication, MTN has several offices. In each office, there are their employees putting in their hours there. That's leverage. In fact, let me explain it so you understand. A banker, I work in a bank. A banker spends roughly 10 hours every day. And at the end of the month, he gets paid, let's say, 200,000 naira. For example. A banker and in the employee quadrant spends 10 hours every day, gets paid 200,000 naira in a month. An average banker, for example, spends 10 hours a day, Mondays to Friday, sometimes Saturday, and earns 200,000 naira in a month. He's on the E quadrant. A banker, that's the person that owns the bank, is called the banker. Someone that's working in the bank is not a banker, it's called the bank worker. I'm a banker, my banker, not a banker. You're all right? So a bank worker spends 10 hours in the day in the bank, earns 200K in the month. A banker, the person that owns the bank, you know what he does? He creates a leverage system and gets as many people to become bank workers. And as they're making, and it's paying them, and it's not a charity organization. For him to be paying that bank worker 200,000, that bank worker is making about 2 million. So the bank worker is making 2 million for him. He's paying that bank worker 200,000. So he's making 1.8 million naira off every bank worker. And at the end of the day, he employs a lot of bank workers and he's making money off each and every one of them because there is a system already put in place to enable that bank worker generate 2 million naira per month. Leverage is the key. Leverage is the key. Listen to me. If there's anything you're doing right now, if there's anything you're doing right now and there's no leverage in it, you need to start making plans to stop it very soon. If there's anything you're doing right now and there's no leverage in it, what it means is if you don't work, you don't make money. It has to be your efforts. If you're listening to me, you will never become financially free. You will never become super successful if the money you're making is just your effort alone, if the money you're making is your effort alone, ladies and gentlemen, you will not become financially free. Because the secret, the best kept secret in the business world is leverage. The best kept secret is leverage. The best kept secret is you have 24 hours. The bank worker has 24 hours. The banker, the bank owner has 24 hours. But the difference is the bank worker is only earning money on the 10 hours of the, even if he works for the whole 24 hours, he cannot make more money than 24 hours. But the banker has 5,000 people that are putting 10 hours in a day. That means in a day, he's making 5,000 times 10 hours. He's making 50,000 hours amount of money. I need to get this. The moment I got this, I left the bank. I just left it. There's no need. There's no even need. Don't convince me. I left the bank. Because I'm working. I have to, even if I decide to work for 24 hours in a day, I don't rest. I can only be paid for 24 hours. But the banker, the person that owns the bank, has 5,000 of us. And is getting paid for 5,000 in a day, even though he has 24 hours. He's not getting paid for 24 hours. He's getting paid for 5,000 times how many amount of hours each of those 5,000 are putting in. That's why they make so much money. That is the secret. They are leveraging. They are leveraging. You have a company, you have an IT company, has 100 workers. Now listen to what the IT company is doing. The employee is paying them 100K, so they are happy. Yay! Thank God, I got a job. Oh. But the owner of that IT firm that has 100 workers, he's earning 10 hours times 100, earning 1,000 hours of work per day. That is leverage. That is leverage. Real estate, that's what they do. Leverage. Leverage. Because you only have 24 hours, you cannot come and kill yourself. Even if you kill yourself, it's still 24 hours that you have. But there's something. That's the thing that is common among anybody that you see that is wealthy today. The Otedolas, the Dangotes, the Adelekes. Check it. It's leverage. Politics is leverage. You see that you become the governor of a state. For you to make your money is leverage. You're leveraging on everybody in your state. They're giving you security votes to cater for everybody in your state. You're making one naira. Let me explain leverage to you. If I want to collect 1 million naira now, I want to earn 1 million naira now. And I go to and say, please give me 1 million naira. Yeah, some people can give it to me because this is my answer. But let's just an average person. Okay, just give me 1 million naira. If you try to get 1 million, anybody try to get 1 million naira from anybody, you can't get 1 million naira. But guess what? We are 1,000 people here. If I ask for 1,000 from anybody here, I'll make 1 million naira in the next 10 minutes. But 1,000, if 1,000 people contribute 1,000 naira, that's 1 million naira. If I tell somebody, please give me 1 million naira, I said there are 2 club members, it's a problem. But if I say everybody here, you see, you need to understand leverage so your life can be better. If I say everybody here, 1,000. In fact, before you enter this meeting, 1,000. And you can agree with me that the value you're getting from this meeting is far more than 1,000 naira. If I say everybody here, before this meeting continues, pay 1,000. Everybody will pay 1,000 naira. That is 1 million naira. That is leverage. It makes life easy. It makes life very easy. But the challenge is, there is no place for the common man in leverage because it requires huge capital. For you to set up a bank, you must have 25 billion per capital base. For you to for you to become an Adenuga, do you know how much the license of a telecommunication is? You want to go into real estate, do you know how much it is? You want to go into it is expensive. So the average man cannot enter into leverage because it is freaking expensive. Expensive, huge capital. Look at the toll gates. That's leverage at its best. I can't put on a toll gate now. Everybody that is passing toll gate is paying 200 and 200. That is leverage at its best. But can't put on a toll gate. Do you know how many billions of naira you need to even get the license? So that is why the common person that doesn't have huge capital cannot become wealthy because he cannot employ leverage. You need finances. You need expertise for leverage. Look at the things you need for leverage. You need huge capital investments for leverage. You need expertise. You need connections. You need political favors. These are the things you need for leverage. The average person does not have any of the above. So the average person is resigned and is sentenced to work as an employee or a small business owner, and the person can never be wealthy. You can't be wealthy. You can't be wealthy. You can't be wealthy. You can't. That's why even in the bank, when they see you wearing some things in the bank, I cannot wear this watch that I'm wearing. They will query you. Where did you get the money to buy this watch? Where did you get the money to buy this diamond? You can't get it. In fact, first of all, suspend you first. And the bigger your watch, this Rolex, where did you get $10,000 to buy a watch? Then, I mean, because they know that you don't have leverage. In fact, they'll be checking your account number to check whether an amount of money entered into your account. They know you don't have leverage, so you can't make that kind of money. Recently, are you aware that the MD of First Bank was just sacked? They just woke up one morning, they just sacked him. MDC of First Bank, that guy, gone. You don't have a say. So for you to do leverage, you need huge capital, you need expertise, you need connections. You need connections. Then you need political favors. The average person doesn't have it. And listen to me. That's why the poor will keep remaining poor, because they cannot do leverage. That's why network marketing comes to be. Network marketing is the place for the average person without huge capital to enjoy leverage. Network marketing is the place for somebody without expertise, without connections to enjoy. Network marketing is the place that that's why network marketing cannot fail. Because that is the only place the common man can enjoy leverage. I need to be faster. Our time is spent. That was why Bill Gates said, if I would be given a chance to start all over again, I would choose network marketing. Bill Gates said, if I would be given a chance to start all over again, I would choose network marketing. Because network marketing is the only place somebody can enjoy leverage. It's the only place an average person without huge capital, confirm that you can hear me, it's the only place an average person without capital can enjoy leverage. The gentleman asked Donald Trump, what would you do if you lost everything and just start all over again? He said, I'll find a good network marketing company and I'll go to work. Everyone started shouting and booing him. He said, that's why I'm sitting up here and you're sitting down there. Leverage. Network marketing is the only place the average person without connection, without money, can build leverage. And that is why this business will never go down. Robert Kiyosaki says, anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur should look into network marketing. Jim Rohn, that's the father of all motivational speakers, the father of all thought leaders. He said network marketing is the big wave of the future. It is taking the place of franchising, which requires too much capital for the average person. That is Jim Rohn. He said it's the big wave of the future. Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the best-selling books in the world today, Stephen Covey, he said, network marketing has come to stay. It's undeniable that it's the way for entrepreneurship and independence for millions of people. He said network marketing has come of age. It's undeniable it has become a way to entrepreneurship and independence for millions of people. That's Stephen Covey. Why is everybody endorsing network marketing? Because it is the only way for the average common person to experience leverage. The future of network marketing is unlimited. According to Brian Tracy, everybody knows Brian Tracy. If you don't know Brian Tracy in America, in fact, for you to meet this man, you must book for him 2 years ahead of time. He said the future of network marketing is unlimited. There is no end in sight. It will continue to grow because better people are getting into it. He said soon it will be one of the most respected business models in the world. Soon it will be one of the most respected business model in the world. Mark Yarnell and John said network marketing is no longer on trial. It's a proven and viable profession that's helping millions of people get ahead financially and move them closer to their dreams. Why is everybody endorsing network marketing? The reason everybody is endorsing network marketing is because it's the only place, one of the few places, even not the only place I know right now, that without huge capital, without expertise, the common average person can enjoy leverage. Network marketing pays out approximately $200 million in commission to distributors every single day of the year. Maybe it's time we take a closer look, according to the report. Why is everybody going to network marketing? It's becoming bigger, it's becoming better. Because people are going to realize that, guess what? The only way for me to become financially free is to create leverage. And guess what? It's really network marketing that can create that leverage. Network marketing creates more millionaires than any other industry, proven. Network marketing creates more millionaires than any other industry. Now, if you want me to show you how, number one, look at what I call the lazy man scenario. This is the lazy man scenario. The lazy man scenario says, if I start with one account, this is me, one account, and I connect two people, how much will they pay me? 7,000 naira. Now listen to this. I am a lazy man, and I started with 44,888 naira, and I connected just two people. I get paid 7,000 naira. Now, if in January 2021, I connected just two people, I get paid 7,000 naira. If I get those two people to just do what I did, just connect two people every month, if those two people just connect their two people each, and I don't do anything again, I will be paid, in the month of February, I'll be paid 14,000 naira. Listen to this. In the month of January, I connected only two people. I went to sleep. I didn't do anything again. I get paid 7,000 naira. In the month of February, I'm a lazy man. I don't connect. I don't do anything. I just get those two people. Oh yeah, if we can't connect your two people. In the month of February, I get paid 14,000 naira. In the month of March, I get those four people to connect just two people each. Just two people each. If I get them to connect two people each, I get 28,000 naira in the month of March. Now, if those 8 people connect two people each, I get paid 56,000 naira. If everybody is connecting, I'm not connecting anybody. They're just connecting two people each. In the month of May, I'll get paid 112,000. In the month of June, I get paid 224,000. In the month of July, 148,000. In the month of August, 896,000. In the month of September, 1.7 million. In the month of October, 3.5 million. In the month of November, 7.1 million. In the month of December, 7.1 million. That means in 1 year, by just connecting two people and getting those two people to just connect two people each, in a year, I am making 21 million naira. Wow. I call it the lazy man because I only connected two people. When I'm getting those two people to connect to people, in 1 year, I am making 21.4 million naira. You see, if you understand this, you will not sleep this night. If you understand what I just showed you now, you will not sleep this night. If you understand this is leverage, all I have is 44,888 naira, and I connected two people. And the two of them every month, all you just do is connect your two people. Just connect your two people. And I didn't connect anybody. In 1 year, I've made 21.4 million naira. If I do this thing with 3 accounts, if I do this lazy man scenario with 3 accounts, in 1 year, I am making 64 million naira. Oh my goodness. If I do this thing with 7 accounts, in 1 year, I'm making 150 million naira. In 1 year. Now, I call it the lazy man scenario. Let's do 1 account. In 1 account, my total earning is 21.4. Now, everybody will not connect their two. We've been in this business. It's a game of numbers. Some people will come, they will not connect their two. But let's assume I have 50% success rate. 50% success rate is 10.7 million. For a business, I connected with 44,888 naira. 50% success rate is 10.7 million naira. Okay, 50% success rate is pass mark. Let's assume I failed in this project. and I make 20% success rate. 20% success rate is 4.2 million naira in a year. If I divide it by 12 months, it's 358,000 naira in a month. For a business, I started with 44,888 and I failed woefully, 20%. I'm still making 4 point something million naira in a year. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is not leverage, please explain what leverage is. You only connected two people. You only connected two people. This is a lazy man scenario. If a lazy man starts with 3 accounts, in a year, with 3 accounts, in a year, he's making 64 million naira. Lazy man scenario. In a year, he's making 64 million naira. 50% success rate, 32 million naira. If you failure is 20%. 20% is an F. Because you know not everybody will do, just 20% is making 12 million naira in a year. That is 1 million naira in a month. That is the power of leverage. That is the power of duplication. 1 million naira in a month. Then if you go for the 7 accounts, it's 150 million naira in 12 months. Lazy man, 50% success rate, 75 million. 20% success rate, 30 million. In a month, 2.5 billion. If you go with the 7 profit centers, then if you go with the 15 profit centers, in the 12 months, you're making 3.2 million. 50% success rate, 161 million. 20% success rate, 64 million. Divide by 12 months, 5 billion. There's no business under the sun. And I'm telling you this money, I'm telling you, there are people making this money, and there are people making this money, and it's not theory. This is practical. This is practical. Just by 2 people signing up every month. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why network marketing, that's why everybody is crazy for network marketing. I started with 15 centers, and I can make 5 million naira monthly by just connecting 2 people. This is the lazy man scenario. Starting from tomorrow, as I begin to close, we're going to start what I call the project pipeline. What is the project pipeline? In the month of May, all I'm going to do is to get, now for the lazy man, the project pipeline for the lazy man is get 2 people. And make sure the following month, those 2 people get their 2 people. It's not hard work. Just make sure if I turn up Obi and Ada, Tony and Ekene, Abdul and Razak, Esther and Tony, just make sure. It is very simple. Now listen to me. Just make sure that those people get their 2 people. That's all. Only 2 people. Now at the beginning, the money will be slow, but over time, boom, compound effect takes place. The project pipeline, building your pipeline. That's what we're starting month of May. Building your pipeline. In Super Monday Style meeting, we're going to be sharing step by step on how to build your pipeline. But in the month of May, you're building your pipeline. Let me just get my 2 people. That's the plan. Let me get my 2 people. This month of May, for the lazy man, it's 2 people. For the hardworking person, it's 4 people. Let me get my 4 people. Then for the desperately hungry person, I want to blow. I want to be rich. Then go for 5 people. Get them to duplicate. Now I'm going to end by saying this. I'm going to end by saying this. And listen to me. To the people that stay here, listen to me. For staying to this moment, this will change your life. Because this changed my life. I made up my mind in 2016 to begin to build my team. Listen to me. Listen. I made up my mind in 2016 to begin to build my team. I made up my mind to begin to build my pipeline. I am as ordinary as everybody listening to me here. The only difference is that I decided, let me start building my 2 people. Let me start building my 2 people and get them to duplicate. I'm going to play. Watch this.
Everything that matters in life must be built. Woo! Let me tell you, that was worth the whole trip. If it's a business, it's got to be built. If it's a family, it's got to be built. If it's a marriage, it's got to be built. If it's a relationship, it's got to be built. You will not have success waiting on these microwave relationships. Everything in life, build. You have walked away from things saying they weren't finished, they weren't supposed to be. You left people and said they weren't ready, they weren't supposed to be. You have to build a boy into a man. You have to build a wedding into a marriage. You have to build a house into a home. Build it.
I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to me. Every other person that is here, I want you to listen to me. In 2016, I understood that life is built on systems and principles. And I made up my mind to sit down and build my pipeline, build my leverage business system, build my leverage in network marketing. A lot of people are running away, looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts in life. There are no shortcuts in life. The reason people are where they are today is because they've been spending their whole life looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts in life. You must sit down and you must build. You must build your pipeline. You must build the two people. Who can build the two people? Who can build the two people? You must build a leverage business system. There is no shortcut in life. And I need you to listen to me as I tell you this. There is no anybody that's telling you there's a shortcut, that person is deceiving you. If there's a shortcut, everybody would have been rich. You must make up your mind and say, today, I'm going to build. If I don't have money, if I don't have huge capital, if I don't have huge expertise, if I don't have huge connections, if I don't have any political figure, if I don't have anybody that can give me contracts, I must sit down and build my business. It might take 1 year. It might take 2 years. It might take 3 years. It might take 4 years. But I'm going to sit down and build this leverage business because the asset in this business are people. I'm going to build these people. I'm going to get my just two. It's not difficult, just two. I'm going to build my pipeline. I'm not going to be waiting for things to happen to me. See, whether PDP wins or APC wins or another party wins, it does not matter. It doesn't affect me. I am building. I'm in charge of my finances. I am building my pipeline. You see, even if you run, you still come back and you build it. There is no escaping this. If you want financial freedom, you must sit down and you build. Some of us work it is too hard. It is too hard. Come on, there's nothing that is easy anywhere. You must settle down and you must build your business. You must build people. You must get people and say, okay, I have 2 people. Oh yeah, guys, oh yeah, we're building from month of building upon. Let's all get our 2 people each. If you get somebody and the person is not ready to, we push him, get another person, replace it. You must build. You must build. You must build. The secret to financial freedom. The secret why I can wake up on a Friday morning and I'm wearing the t-shirt and I'm flying and I'm closing from work. I can decide I'm not working again. I can decide from here, I'm going home to sleep. I live a life of freedom was because once upon a time, I decided to build. I'm in charge of my life. Nobody is telling me what to do. I'm in charge of my life. I can decide what I want to do. Money is not a problem. Not because I'm smart, not because I'm tall, not because I'm this, but because I decided to build. In 2016, I sat down and I decided to build, to build, to build, to build, to build, to build. I gathered a group of people. I started mentoring them. It took time. Yes, some will come, some will go. We started with over 1,000. If you check in this room, I'm not even sure we're about 800 and something. Some will come, some will go. You don't need the whole world. You only need 2 people. If you're a lazy man, you need 4 people. If you're a hardworking person, you need 5 people. If you are desperately hungry to change your life, build, build, build. What I showed you guys was 20% success rate, not 50%, not 75%, 20% success rate. And I'm going to tell you something. Whether you choose to build today or you choose to build tomorrow, life has no shortcuts. There are principles that govern life. You must build a leverage system. If you don't have any 300 million naira in the bank waiting for you to come build a system, if you don't have any expertise waiting for you, if you don't have any political godfather, then listen to me. Don't listen to what anybody is going to tell you. Listen to me, because I'm the one that's telling you the real deal. You need to sit down, take your network marketing business seriously, and begin to build it. Because that is the only way you're going to get leverage. That's the only way somebody can start with 44,000 and is making $1 million. That's the way we're having people doing Amazon ambassadors. That's why I have people doing 7 figures, 8 figures. Those people go and try, and they don't have, there's no way they'll make money outside because they don't have the huge capital, they don't have the connection, they don't have the expertise anywhere. But here, you can work together with a group of people and build something monumental. And that is my secret. That was what I found out in 2016. I sat down, I left the bank, I sat down, sat in a place, and I began to build people. Some would drop, some would drop, some would tell me all kinds of things. I understand. I went through the depression, I went through the discouragement. You see, there's nothing you face in network marketing that nobody has faced before. I went through it all. But you see, when you're building, people know you're building. You starve yourself because you're building. If you have a project, you're building. Oh, we're building house. So everybody needs to know we're building. You build, you build, you build, you build, so that tomorrow you can relax like I'm doing and enjoy a life of freedom. I don't have to work a single day of my life. I don't have to work a single day of my life because I've built my pipeline successfully. And my advice to you is roll up your sleeves and get to work. Go and build your destiny. Nothing is going to happen by chance. You're not just going to blow. You're not just going to happen. Life is governed by principles. If there's no leverage, there's no money. And this business offers you the best form of leverage. Welcome to a new month tomorrow. Project Build the Pipeline. On Super Monday Summit meeting, we'll be discussing what the people build the pipeline. Just get your 2 people. Just in a month, just get your 2 people and make up your mind to get those 2 people. And make up your mind to build those 2 people. Thank you very much. We've fast spent our time. I'm sure you got value. I poured my heart out. I shared my secrets. And if you follow these same principles, tomorrow you will be financially free. You'll be able to wear designers, wear a Rolex watch, wear gold and diamonds. Come on, you didn't do God anything now. You did not do God anything. Your sin no pass my sin. You didn't do God anything now. You're not the one that ate the apple in the Garden of Eden. You can as well be rich. You can drive. This is the GLE 450. You can drive it. You can live your life. Nobody's better than you. I am not better than you. If I can do it, you too can do it. They did not give birth to me with 2 heads. No. And what got me to this point is what I am sharing with you. So you can go ahead and do it and become rich and become wealthy. Who says you cannot earn more money than me? Who says that I have to earn? No. This business is not monkey the work the church. Who says you cannot make more money? Who says you cannot drive your dream car? Who says you cannot live in your dream house? Who says you cannot make your family happy? Who says you cannot end poverty in your generation? Who told you that? Nobody. All you need to do is to make up your mind to build. Make up your mind and say, today, I'm going to build. I've shown you the secrets. The question is, will you build? Thank you very much. And we'll call this meeting an end.